but no Grand Warden. Okay. My goodness, they make this look so easy. And Lalo is back, my friends. Welcome back. We're in a lower bracket match of the Picks and Bans Season 2. This matchup, we've got Hawk, Mask, and Synthe taking on Pato, Leo, and Celinho. With the very first ban Pato has submitted, they are deciding to ban the one and only Fireball. So no Fireball is going to be allowed to be used in this match by anyone. They had the very first ban, so now we jump over to Mask's team, and they have 2 bans in a row. So the first ban that they are bringing here, not going to allow to be used, is going to be another ability, the Eternal Tome for the Grand Warden. So the common themes of the Fireball, the Eternal Tome, and the next thing to be selected that no one can use at all in this war, Mask's team is saying no invisibility spell. So 3 common things so far. One thing I haven't seen is what? The Rage spell? Haven't seen that. That's usually one of the very first things selected. But we are now going to be jumping over to Pato's selection and what they are banning. So not allowing to be used. So this is the 4th ban overall in this match, and it's the troop of the Root Riders. So we won't see any Root Riders to be used by anyone in this match. And now we have another ban, their final ban of this match, that is not going to be able to be used by anybody with a hero ability, the Electro Boots of the Royal Champion. Interesting selection, and Mask has submitted it, and the final ban is going to be a spell of the Freeze spell, and still no Rage selected in a ban. So Pato and them can pick a Rage spell to be used in pick 1. So let's go ahead and reveal the very first pick, right? All right, the very first pick from Pato's coming in, and they are taking the not Rage spell, the Balloon. Wait, what? A Balloon with pick 1 and you're skipping the Rage spell? That's wild. Okay, I did not see that coming, but the Rage spell can't be skipped yet again. So let's see what Mask and his team are selecting under pick number 2, and it's going to be finally the Rage spell being selected right there. I am blown away. Rage made it out of the ban phase and not picked first, which is the craziest thing. So now Mask, Synthe, and Hawk have another pick, back-to-back picks, pick number 3, and they are going to be picking another spell of the Overgrowth spell. So there's no freeze allowed by anybody, but the Overgrowth can kind of act like a freeze for at least their team. Now we jump over to the next 2 picks, picks 4 and 5 for Pato's team. And so their picks are in. And let's see with the first one here. So the first selection is going to be the Life Gem for the Grand Warden. Very interesting, because Pato, Leo, Celinho, what they did in their previous matches was using Lalo attacks, and I think they just want to protect that. So Balloons, we have a Life Gem, and then they have one more pick in pick number 5, and they are going to be going the route of the Healing Tome. And what is Mask going to be picking for their team? Pick number 6, the final selection of this match, and it's going to be the Dark Orb. So they are trying to clear any ability to slow things down, to freeze things up, or even to stall things with the Overgrowth. So it's going to hurt Pato, Leo, Celinho right there. If they decide to bring a Minion Prince, can't bring that ability. But there we go. The picks and bans are in. Who do you think won this drafting phase as we are getting ready for this attack? At least the first one here in the lower bracket. And Pato is in to start this one off. And is it the Lalo? Yes, it is the Lalo. So we're going to see Lightning, Earthquake to the corner over here. Scattershot does stay up. Giant on that Queen. But the Grand Warden, oh, they picked the Healing Toe, but not using it. Going with a Life Gem right here with that Grand Warden. Well, Knife Jab, go Lava Loon Puppet is what I should say. No Healing Tome right there. We got the Rocket Spear for the Royal Champion. King's got the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. Heal. We've got Haste, Poison, and no Rage spell, of course. It was selected by their team. I'm surprised it wasn't banned. Either way, Ice Golem to distract that Ricochet Cannon. A brilliant wall break to open up this compartment here, but King's Earthquake Boots will be able... Oh, wait, no, he's going to stay on the outside. Looks like he sends in the Royal Champion, but no boots allowed for the Royal Champ, as they did actually ban that on their side. As did that Spiky Ball skip all the way to the backside over there? Okay. As he tries to continue through to push in towards this Town Hall, the Royal Champion securing the right side, securing this Town Hall here, as the Queen's ability has been forced with that Giant. Oh, look at this Royal Champ, still making her way into the core. 2 haste, a heal, and here comes a Stone Slammer off to the far right. The Royal Champ has died off, and now an Ice Hound to come from the top side of the space. And there it is. The Stone Slammer opens up with the Super Dragon, and we have a little mini Lalo of that Warden off to the left with the balloons. When he pops the ability, it will be the Lava Loon Puppet to come through, moving his way into the core, into that monolith, pushing through these balloons, and there's a heal, and he's hasting through a heal. Normally, I would never suggest you to haste when you drop a heal spell, because essentially all you're doing is you're just quickly shooting them away from what they're supposed to be doing of getting healed up. I would say you haste after the heal's done, but let's see, things are wearing off here. The Super Dragon, oh, pulls a Seeking Air Mine. There's probably more traps. There's gonna be, right? There's gonna be. The Warden's barely alive. This is, oh, we got healed back up. It got repaired from the, oh, there's the Seeking Air Mine, but the Super Dragon tanks it. He's still moving. Tesla's the biggest threat, but he should be fine, right? That Super Dragon, oh, there's that final Seeking Air Mine. Oh, no. Hold on. Hopefully there's no red air bomb, because that could probably kill off the Warden at this point. A red air bomb is deadly down here with a few archers. A Tesla and a Dream hasn't pulled a red air bomb. There's nothing there. Oh wait, we still have the Sneezy. It would move on to that Tesla anyways, and it is a 3-star, just barely hanging on and getting it done. And Synthe is in to answer. Is he going to be bringing a ground attack like Hog Riders? No, it's the Dragons. 7 lightning, but no Grand Warden. Okay. I mean, when so much of the Grand Warden's abilities are taken away, you cannot bring it, but they can bring the Dark Orb. That is allowed for them. Lightning spells onto the monolith, really damaging that defensive minion prince. And we have the Dragons coming on down to the left. I'm normally expecting a Grand Warden to come down as well, but no Warden in this attack, as a minion prince ability skips off to the right side a bit, which is actually kind of protecting this Queen, or the Frosty there, because the ground expo got slowed down. Super minions on the defensive side of the Clan Castle, poisons them up. Blimp is now going across to that Town Hall. King Spiky Ball flies through the right side as he rages up, cloning as well. We've got the Yetis coming out of that Blimp, looking to grab the Spitter, continuing his around, and the Royal Champ paired in to the top side to take out that top compartment. Now continuing his way through with a Baby Dragon, an Inferno Dragon. Still moving around. These dragons are getting nice value. Inferno Dragon off to the right. I'm liking this. And Minion Prince does not have the Phoenix. The Royal Champion does. So the Royal Champ, if she dies, she'll come back to life, and Synthe's got it. Synthe has got a 3-star here, and this is an answer. 3 stars for 3 stars. Well done. Nice attack here, taking the space down with the Dragons, and no Grand Warden. So if you're upgrading your Grand Warden, here's an attack for you of what to do, and brilliant job. No rage spell. Wait, no, he did have a rage spell, because that is allowed for them. Did have a rage for that Blimp, which definitely helped. And Leo is in to answer. We've seen Lalo plenty of times from this team, and it's coming back. We're seeing tons of it here with 30 Loons, a Lava Loon Puppet onto that Grand Warden. So I'm thinking that the Healing Tome that they selected was really just trying to counter or just be an answer to stop them from being able to use it. So interesting selection there, as we have the Queen coming through the bomb tower, Royal Champ making her way right out through this air defense into the ground expo, and the lightning spells did kill off the enemy Queen. Ice Golem gets sprung. Log Launcher coming down as well. hitting this monolith in towards the core, and there is an earthquake right into the middle of the space. Does have that rocket spear right through this defensive minion prince, takes him down with ease. As we have a baby dragon off to the right, and the Royal Champion's rocket spear seeking shield come through. We got an Electro Titan and a Yeti coming out of the log launcher to continue this push right into the core towards these spitters. King's making his way into the multi down south. Out comes the clan castle, headhunters, furnace, ice golem, witches. Pops the king ability right to the bottom side of this base. And then we have the Royal Champion still moving her way through with that Spirit Fox, which I believe has died down south there. But the king is making his way through. The multi-arch tower remains right there, as the queen won't be able to reach this town hall, as the loons are now coming through with that Grand Warden, and the Ice Hound will be able to freeze up this section as the queen continues to reach over to grab that scatter, making his way slowly around. But the pathing to this town hall is not ideal. Pops the Warden ability. Lava loons are coming around. The giant, the giant and queen are gonna make their way to the town hall. That's actually clutch. While the balloons are getting spun by the tornado trap, continuing his way up and around. He's got 9 loons left. Oh my gosh, what a crushing attack! They are so good with the Lalo. My goodness, they make this look so easy when they can't bring rage spells, they can't bring freezes, invises, any of that stuff, and just smashing the base right here. And Lalo is back, my friends, in normal mode for these pros. They make it look simple. We try it, we'll fall short, we'll fall flat on our face, but look at everything that is still up in this attack, and Leo comes in with the triple, and things are getting interesting. And now a Hawk is in to answer. He's looking to try a 3-star himself with some rocket loons. We do have a Lava Loon Puppet Rage Gem here for this attack. And one little thing is, what if they all triple? It's a perfect war. Well, I don't want to jinx it saying it now, but you know, I got to cover it. If it's a tie, exact tie, then we will do a 1v1 friendly challenge in a hard mode. We're not going to go to a time tiebreaker to try to be seeing who's quicker. It's going to be a 1v1 hard mode with the same picks and bans that you see on this screen. They still have to follow. And if it continues to be the exact same tie, they're going to continue until the friendly challenge determines a winner. Well, that is only if it's a perfect. It hasn't happened yet, but it could happen from what I'm seeing here. We'll see. As this Grand Warden is moving his way right on through with the skeleton spells out in front to help try to protect. But this rage spell is clutch for this Grand Warden charge over here to this right side. Flame Flinger continuing to the left as it continues in towards the defensive mini prince. The defensive king over there. We do have a monolith. We do have an earthquake boost, spiky ball for the king. We got the action figure, the mirror for the queen. Oh, we have a skeleton spell to try to strike that monolith. It looks like it was perfectly placed as this warden continues the way through. Ground skeletons does pop. Drops another skelly that really does not want this warden to get locked onto, because if he does, it could be over. He drops an archer to try to help kill off these skellies. Takes out the spitter, and now he's moving into that monolith finally here. And luckily, the Sneezy is getting some of those boogers out in front. The warden's trying his absolute best. There's an earthquake to help, and the monolith goes down as the queen is placed to the top side. Warden still has another race. The warden's going to be soloing to the far right. We have a balloon, rocket loon as a troll Tesla to the top side of this base, as the king's going to move his way up top at 12 as well. As the queen's going to follow behind the golem. A super dragon coming out of the defensive clan castle now pops that warden ability with the lava loons coming to the bottom side, but the ricochet cannon's going to kill him off. Oh, no, he's still alive, barely. The rage up healer's actually doing work. The warden snipes the air defense, tries to go for that. Uh-oh, the town hall remains. The king's ability goes off. And oh, did I jinx? Hold on, wait, whoa. We got 7 rocket loons. It's okay, things are converging. He's got the Royal Champion with the rocket spear. Rocket loons to the bottom side. Be patient. Just be patient here. And look at these defenses slowly disappearing. And he's got it. Rocket loons coming into the bottom. Royal Champ clears that right side. A bunch of red air bombs, but it's okay. The giant's there, and it's a 3. I was worried for a second, but Hawk delivers, and we take a look at the score. It's a perfect 6 for 6 so far. Celinho is in, and are we continuing the Lalo streak? We are indeed. With 31 Loons, 7 lightning spells, an earthquake right to the bottom side, and taking out that compartment of a rage spell, builder hook, ground expo, scatter, essentially the exact same compartment over there, but taking it out on the bottom side. We have a king, the lava loon puppet with the life gem on that Grand Warden, and a log launcher to boot from the top side, and a spring trap right away, launching that ice golem as the king is going to push his way into the top. Looks like he may get pulled to the top side. Yep, not going to this compartment here. Queen with the action figure, and the royal champion triggers the Giga Bomb. She's going to go down here. Those ground skeletons were quite annoying. That's where the electro boots would have been very helpful, as the king spiky ball really skips across as this log launcher is about to open up with yetis, and there's the rest of the clan castle. He can poison that up very nicely as it continues into the core here for this town hall, but still hanging on to the Grand Warden for the Lalo portion as he's making his way into the core. Spitter is hitting him. Oh, that ice golem is causing some distraction and slowing this queen up. The giant now does come towards this town hall. Ground skeleton off to the far left. Balloons into the wizard tower. Tassels up. More balloons over there. And here comes an ice hound to the left side of this base to move over the enemy queen. We do have 4 headhunters to deploy, but waiting. There is a heal onto the balloons there. Okay. The ice hound's going to freeze it. Perfect freeze onto the multi and that air defense right there. As headhunters are now finally sent in. They were delayed a bit. Ricochet cannon is there. Tornado trap did some work. And wait a second. We got 15 Loons left. There's a lot left in this base. I don't know about this. The RC's already been used. Ice hound to the bottom side. Loons coming down there as well. The monolith remains. The raid spell tower to the top side with that scatter shot remains. Here comes an ice golem to the bottom with more balloons over there. The warden dies, does not get through the core. And we have the Sneezy getting the monolith. No, the monolith stays up. The defensive minion prince is there. He tries to haste these Loons through, but they're getting picked off. And we're not going to have a 1 versus 1 challenge, my friends. We've got a fail here for Celinho. Did I jinx that from potentially saying what's the rules for a tiebreaker scenario? Well, Celinho, unfortunately, finishes, well, it's going to be in the 80s, and in a situation like this where it is a normal mode war, 80% tends to be really low. You need to be like a 98, 99, but Celinho trying to push as close to a 90% as possible. The ricochet cannon barely staying up here. It is only the 87% 2-star, and that means that now if Dizzy or just Mask gets that triple on this base, they win. Or he just has to get an 88 or better. And Mask is in with their final attack. All he needs is the 88% 2-star. 12 Rocket Loons, 3 Dragons. Always got to double check to see if they bring the proper abilities. No Warden, so he doesn't have to worry about bringing an Eternal Dome. As we got healers onto that Queen to the top side. We do have a Rage, which is allowed for their team since they did pick the Rage spell under pick number 2 there. As the Minion Prince is coming to the left side to directly target the Scatter into the Ricochet Cannon to grab this compartment as the Queen is continuing her way through the top side and possibly trying to get into that Air Expo. As that Minion Prince is getting some brilliant value in the middle of this base and be able to pop the ability. Seeking Air Mines there, pops, it flies all the way across here as it continues his way into the middle as the Queen is charging her way through the top side, and that multi even goes down. Oh my, the multi even goes down from that mini prince, so the Queen won't get hit by it. Brilliant minion prince value so far for Mask as this Queen continues her way through with 2 super wall breakers, and here comes a super dragon, an inferno dragon. Does pair in that poison, but he doesn't have the ability to have a freeze. So the Inferno Dragon's actually a smart choice there. Maybe, oh, he gets through it. Oh my gosh, that was a brilliant choice on the defensive side for the Inferno Dragon, because I just thought about it. There's no freeze to stop it from attacking a Queen charge. just like that. Brilliant CC selection, but the queen does survive through it as the overgrowth has worn off, has an earthquake to use. But this queen is going to solo that town hall, continuing through this side. And here comes the dragons off to the left. And then you got 11 rocket loons to sneak around this base. Town hall's going down. Log launchers coming in for that multi, and a brilliant earthquake now to help with those logs as the headhunter finishes off that dragon. And the queen is still alive, charging her way through. Remember, the percentage is an 88% too. That's all he needs for a victory. But that queen is still moving, does have her ability with the Invis Vial. Scout the spell, providing the distraction. Yetis are coming out of the log launcher as the Raw Champ is moving her way to the bottom. There is the clone to Yetis to the left, moving his way around. Queen is still alive. RC staying alive, and a very clean and brilliant attack here from Mask. And he's going to pass the 88%, which means that they are going to be victorious in this match and staying alive in the lower bracket. GG to you guys. Look at that. Furnace still alive to the bottom side, taking out that final building, and it is a 3-star for Mask. And we take a look at the final score. 9-8, a 60%, aka 100, a perfect war for them. 9-8, and they are victorious and advancing on in the lower bracket. And up next, Ghost, Crispy, and Van versus Kronos, Rikiris, and Temper in the upper bracket. 8 druids in the mix. Revive that Warden. The king is dead, decides to revive him. Val, yes, he revives it right away. He doesn't wait. Reviver. Healers come right on back. Look at that go.